Okay, Bob, we've done alignment and direction. Now for distance. Let's pick the ball up and back up a little more.
All right. How far? About here?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay.
All right, well, go through your whole process up to the stroke, and then we'll talk about distance.
Okay, so now I'm back further, which I recognize, and I'm on the same line, so I'm going to line this up.
Yep.
Line the putter up. Come back. Okay. So now I'm going to step up and I'm going to get my body aligned like we talked about.
Perfect.
Now I'm basically ready to go. What do I focus on?
You're ready to go. Now you've accomplished alignment and direction. The club's going to go square back and square through, so now all we're thinking about is distance measuring for stroke size.
Okay.
The bigger the backstroke, the more it falls through the ball, the better your distance. I highly recommend looking at the distance while you putt and actually use your depth perception. That's a preferable way.
So actually looking out at by the hole, the distance, why I'm stroking it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And it's not just the hole, it's the ball to the hole. This whole distance thing is what gets your touch and feel kicked in gear to give you stroke size. When you stare at a spot, you're going to start manipulating and steering, and then your direction goes off kilter. So you have to keep in mind, direction, square back and through, pendulum machine. Distance is depth perception, pendulum machine. How far do I pull it back? Pendulum machine. Let it go through the ball and see where you got.
Got it. Well, that's really interesting and really simple, quite frankly.
It's so simple, it's amazing, but it's hard to set down what we've always needed to have to do to manipulate underperforming putters.
How do I know, though, how far to bring the putter back, though? Will it...
It's just your instincts to use stroke size and not hit the ball. The idea is when you're looking at the distance while you putt, when you make contact, the ball just got in the way.
Okay.
When you're looking at the ball, there's no way you're not hitting it because you know the moment of impact. So this is a huge advantage of a stroke. This is what makes you a pendulum machine. I'm making you into a pendulum machine is what I'm doing.
So, and that's where the weight of the putter actually helps a lot, right?
The momentum of the head and the stability of the face just allows you to go square back and through in a nice pendulum motion, and that's what we're making you, a pendulum.
All right, well, I don't look putting at the hole, so let me try that.
And remember, you're not just looking at the hole, you're looking at the distance to the hole.
Right.
Because that can affect your direction if you just stare at the hole.
And then I just pull it back.
Okay, now what we got there was a couple of things. The distance wasn't exactly perfect, but it was a little uphill.
Right.
And it takes a little bit of that concentration, and obviously the line for the break wasn't correct. So let's do it again, and you know that you underread the break a little bit, so let's do another one.
Okay.
This is putting it all together into the sequence, but the distance control is the final say.
All right, so I aimed a little bit more right.
Good. Parallel lines. Now you forget direction. You know where you're going to go. Square back and through. You trust the putter. It's all about distance and feel now. That was a better putt. Much better putt. Better distance. Still a little bit of a break we missed, but that was a much better putt.
Okay, so I'm actually just focusing on the distance, right? I'm looking out, right?
Yep.
And I'm looking back.
That was really good distance. That was really good distance.
Didn't break.
It didn't break as much as, you gave it a little more break.
Well, I hit it where I aimed it. I mean, that's exactly where I aimed it, but the distance was good.
And this is how you get schooled on green reading, because everything you did was perfect. The speed was not jeopardizing the read enough to make that the problem. Your direction was perfect with your stroke, and the impact area, your alignment was perfect. So, I guess you just didn't read it right. That's how we learn green reading with this club.
Right.
Let's do another one.
Okay. So I'm going to bring it in a little bit more. Okay. I'm going to make myself parallel here.
Perfect.
I'm going to look at the distance, focusing on the distance, why I putt.
Boom.
Well, I can tell you, looking out there at the distance is kind of like shooting a basketball to me. I mean, I'm out there looking. I'm not looking at the ball by any means, right?
You're not looking at the ball. You're not even looking at the rim. You're looking at the distance from you to the rim. And that's what gives us touch and feel. Touch and feel is all about depth perception and distance measuring, not touchy-feely. That's why guys say this feels funny and feels funny. It's got nothing to do with touch and feel.
Well, let's go on to green reading.
Good. Let's do green reading.